All parts.
Men's Gold.
Wherever they are listening to me now, I am speaking in my capacity as communications officer of the party. All of them are covered under this promise. They will all be paid back
in 1 year.
Nothing that they be a Men's Gold. I said, Men's Gold for will be with your one.
Oh, many people
Ghana for Ghana for something like Kama. Ebi kurano o ma penye kukwado award o de ko be man manam one pictures oni ko twitwa ye na ma munya adwuma ni mugidie di o musika koto and let's atori enchema si no musika hia aban o wa abadaye disaster si o manfo obre ebi mu ahye mo ho akonfo ebi mu nya ho moja broso dia nko na broso se wuntimi ntua
ba onim se Men's Gold nye MFI enye financial institution in the right sense of the word
ni nyina ye ka no we mean liberally o mu nyina amanfo sika na ka say yes Men's Gold for mo mireni say first alliance.
The Mahama can and run Men's Gold can.
They are all parts. Yes, all financial institutions. No pretend this for you.
Oh, including Men's Gold.
Yes, of course. All of them. All those.
No, are you certain about that? No, details.
I am telling you, they are all parts.
Men's Gold.
Wherever they are listening to me now, I am speaking in my capacity as communications officer of the party. All of them are covered under this promise. They will all be paid back
in 1 year.
Nothing that they be a Men's Gold. I said, Men's Gold for will be with your one.
Oh, many people
Ghana for Ghana for something like Kama. Ebi kurano o ma penye kukwado award o de ko be man manam one pictures oni ko twitwa ye na ma munya adwuma ni mugidie di o musika koto and let's atori enchema si no musika hia aban o wa abadaye disaster si o manfo obre ebi mu ahye mo ho akonfo ebi mu nya ho moja broso dia nko na broso se wuntimi ntua
ba onim se Men's Gold nye MFI enye financial institution in the right sense of the word
ni nyina ye ka no we mean liberally o mu nyina amanfo sika na ka say yes Men's Gold for mo mireni say first alliance.
The Mahama can.
Martina Midu, onye credible. Me onye credible. Onye no kwafo. Onye obi o kan sema ubetimi dia ye adwuma. But there is one thing you can't take from that man. That man is not corrupt. Martina Midu onye corrupt. Onye krofo. And Martina Midu o kan okre. That thing you can't take it away from him. Martina Midu, onye credible. Me.
I don't get now. The one who put the door in the podium. Hey, gongo mitano crowd about the room.
Yes.
Jana some crania ko baby fufro. Ye ka some who so no da bia obodawuro. Fani pa ko to Jana obodawuro. A press conference so enfa so be no so. Men ko fana say ma dawuro na da bia wobo. Won atoni je enyi fa na hu say atoni je no bi da bia obodawuro. Won mo amdi ka ye project papa wo wiase. Kan mami ka bia America UK ni ade. Won so bi bodawuro. Obi a mistake of an court. Would there be address and watch a con Robert Honum? Where I say, fine I am a good would you Sabi and I will say. Would the idea of them? Fako court, yada ubo, told them and pen and answer ah, one ma, there be Uncle Fossy, there be Uncle Fossy, that the army young Messaba house, I'm George Medium Fee, Messaba. Winning, the money young one say, give to a wife of Mr. Famabecan, and penning falling in Auja Bonting, and let the Uncle for all your way, knock for Mabecan, or Munina case, or Munina county, 9 penny for no teaching gift, or I don't want for one count. Not only general the Debiagongo Bita press conference and a mama woman communication minister. No more devil. On more devil. You make us open your some behind the Debiago about changes in Rantem. Mr. Richard for the Babantamo. Some of the ministers will help them to reshuffle, help the president. On your reshuffle. Attorney General. We near me papers. What falling near ma and near my neck first in the Namina Muso and Yakupada Roma. You're tearing it down. What am I say? Chief Justice, you are tearing it down. You are not papier or two. Fanny Brown wanted to near man 10. And somebody are confirmed. Who for the enemy court? What's what make your press conference? Watch a court. They all pay court or pay court, she'll be and go for pay up at the only court to pay. Ah, Assembly Granny. I don't get now. The one who put the door in the podium. Hey, gongo mitano crowd about the room.
Yes.
Jana some crania ko baby fufro. Ye ka some who so no da bia obodawuro. Fani pa ko to Jana obodawuro. A press conference so enfa so be no so. Men ko fana say ma dawuro na da bia wobo. Won atoni je enyi fa na hu say atoni general bi da bia obodawuro. Won mo amdi ka ye project papa wo wiase. Kan mami ka bia America UK ni ade. Won so bi bodawuro. Obi a mistake of an court. Would there be address and watch a con Robert Honum? Where I say, fine I am a good would you Sabi and I will say. Would the idea of them? Fako court, yada ubo, told them and pen and answer. Ah, Wama de bi ankrofo sire de bi ankrofo sire na dia me yem mesa aba ho Sam George me dem fie mesa aba ho wonim de man yem wan say give to one afa de akwa Mustafa mo abeka ne ho empanimfo ni nyina uja mu guabonten ena de akwa wo ye we no akwa mo abeka ho say o mu nyina case o mu nyina ka na empanimfo no chechi give to o ya wa mo ade no anfo mo anka ho na Tony General de bi agongo meter press conference ana mo fa we man communication minister no mo dawro Jumeka so benya no ni o so mbahwe na se da bia dawro no beba changes in rantem me say reshuffle the beba ntem o some of the ministers we help them to reshuffle help the president onya reshuffle Attorney General wo niema nyina ye papers wa file niema na first na maami na muso no Nyankopon da Roma ya term ni down what ma say Chief Justice ya term ni down ya nya papi otwe fane bra no to niema 10 and somebody ya confirm no wo fa de ne nko wo so na wo be join press conference no che court de o pe court che obia enko fo pe japade on court no pe assemble krani
Right at the entrance of the Kaneshi Market Complex, you are greeted with the stench of an overflowing refuse container. So the container here is the main collection point for the market, and the traders here tell me that this is where they dump all their waste at the end of the day. They also say that because of the rising issues with landfill sites being full, a lot of the residents around the area also have to dump their refuse here. Right behind the refuse dump are traders who have displayed their wares, most of which are food items, and they have to trade under these unsanitary conditions. We've been speaking to some of them, and this is what they had to say to us. But markets for ni because Hashem say your best son it's here.
Obia Mrs. Abola will go at you go almost 1 week in Obia me fire. Say I so toss an eye at a time.
Shabole Guano, Nashasana, a bloody phone by Waha, Pamoton Ton Yama. Daddy pay away. Mammy Tadi Akakudi. Nasha be a bolegu. Baby, I mean, Yenina Yawa, Nabola and a bay say, and yet, oh, it is ambition of my ball and Ubia, Omonia.
Bola and dear, the Abacane says, Rampaying phone. Mocasa Manu drew Brumo, dear, Monempaying phone and Cassam Gidis or Mubesi. No may bola and my own sins you to toy and him so moye. Sins you to entire mom when you had and yent no may my nae high.
Residents and traders around this particular area are afraid for their health because they do not know what can come based on this particular situation they have at the market. And they are calling on authorities to help in making the place a sanitary place for them to do their business. For Joy News, Michelle Latte, Kaneshi Market.
Hello again. The World Bank has blamed fiscal controls introduced by the Ministry of Finance for delays in implementing the Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development Project, also known as GARID, a key initiative aimed at tackling chronic flooding in the capital. In its May 2026 update, the bank downgraded the project's performance to moderately unsatisfactory, citing funding constraints despite full financing. The $350 million program, which covers drainage, waste management and urban resilience, has faced slow on-the-ground progress, even as overall development objectives remain broadly on track. The issue has gained urgency following the June 29th flooding, which killed at least 12 people and renewed concerns of Accra's drainage system. And my colleague Caleb Ziblim is joining me in the studio with more. He is with the Joy News Research Desk. Caleb, you've gone through that report. What else can you tell us?
Yes, Ken. So this was an update the World Bank gave us on. It was released on May 2026. That's a few months ago. Now we know the government of Ghana had asked for some restructuring of the project because they want to use part of the funding that was meant for initial stage of the project for a different stage. So because you are moving money around, you need approval from the World Bank.
Me continue mosquito fier. Me continue mosquito fier. Me la me kuna jema kuma kutaki tu. And you can do your video. Remember,
all right. Abusuame mamuni na aha. Emma Mwadro deba political zone so. First, mame apologize for Endra. Ebio Endra na me studio ha app na me de run no. Na mame problem pa. Na chese me yes me ba live bia na crash. Me ba live bia na crash. Ntina say me ye bibi ketu e bia wo TikTok. Na me promise say neno. Kame de me guest ne baba na ensuo ya eyiri ye di ho enkomo. Na onya me ka me nsa no me pese me twe adwene edi senior me bi so ewo politics a ye ewo Ghana ni dia maybe can we free a keke it's not something so what the only adwene so pese Ghana see you worry about, right? But quite important how your mind gradually yes say near maybe whether intentionally or unintentionally, no, we are doing a lot of disservice to our country, Ghana. Sometimes it is based on where we are and where we find ourselves. Say maybe a convenient, mommy. I cry that cry. Say near convenient, mommy. I cry the other cry, and I believe say that is one of the major problems that Ghana is facing. Andra, I happened to chance on the World Bank report. Samokaya na minimum aid even come. Na Honorable Kokofu Baswa, mepe se ibebi se bisano emunse. Na we allow the politics. After we allow the politics of this, to consume us so much. Say at the papa da hokrana. We are not able to grasp it, say, a day way at the papa. Aden America, sir, because she say in Suyato, Afenipa, a saying Japade, a binoma yera sabre ya ye nim baby or moye den, or more. Na yebe who say, oh, sana. We made an arrangement, says I deal with a be entering a be one answer, a better coin be a better brain answer. And a binomo iron sheha and a near maybe air coso. In Sujiri by ye, maybe a maintain say MP before one form, so what to be there fine. In Sue maintain sa fa SD for one. In Sue maintain sa fa press before one and a Roman for one. The Ametian is a Ghana for who a binuma memo a yenim baby a almost say. And when this assembly betona say ye beka with the hope say yem penny for it, Ebehunu say ye pemasem de na nso 1 or 2 bi amoye ye na nko yie no. Yes, yem fan crofo bi na yenka say omo be defend. Omo de ne say dia penina ye di tumi man say won be ye adwuma. Tiu ye di tumi share ne nsa bra be ye adwuma na fa bo a woman. Penina wan me ye say adwuma no. Wenya sika bi e de atekabal bi say monkɔ na monkɔ say. Na abrantie di bis de Solomon Owusu owo afafranto stroke UP plus yenim baby a omowo. Now I wonder, say Alan Kwadwo Kyeremanteng is serious person in life. Or no, I can't say serious person in life. Let me say Alan Kyeremanteng is serious person in politics. Na nya bitterness ne bonunu bi enode sa politics na. I swear to God, Sir Solomon Owusu should never speak for any political party. Sometimes okay, yes, you work school and I wonder school ben or call ye qualification ben the cross Sir Solomon Owusu no. Because he talks like Captain Smart. Nyanse be any or ye politics or can be in any ye na de akoda no. Because Obia yede wato panel so a or represent a political party. Not subject here no. It's like you are not abreast with it, like onimu share about the ayeka. Or no to me nya adaje. Ebetsna ho say Sebio Dr. Bawumia going on the grounds to meet the people affected by the floods, and yeah, excuse me to say, I was saying Bawumia insensitive. Bawumia insensitive because Bawumia akodeng. And then I promote you. Because Bawumia ako Debbie, Miss Remo. I can't do that right now. Akwa sra womwa ensu yiri afa won niama anweni etutu egu wonsem Bawumia si from the accord. That is not sensitive to them. That is insensitive. But say the president of the land nankasa all the bad stuff with him no so no ko wiem eko say wiem tina helicopter mu dia or you sensitive for Ghana for me enfam mami o Ghana for their modern politics near Ghana or me enfam mami o me just me said antem wasi o e den okay me mpe MPP fine okay so mpe MPP but say obema me mpe MPP to be Jimmy me mpe MPP nti mama madwene nye adwuma me mpe MPP nti no sa de na ewo ho no sa MPP ye ni ye kura meka se wanye ni ye really then they na abattoir is because said they are MPP ni na ye and the NDC ni na ye there then there's no way to say Anka we should even change government. But is that the reality? That is not the reality. Now, the area ne kumine say anytime we beba say you better discuss substance. Anytime we beba say the nation say yen sinkonya ne yen kaniama ya say be yedi nyansa ni nimdie na ebeka no. NDC is always missing in action. Propaganda they are first in line. Seriously. Propaganda, they are so quick to do that. And I wonder why. I wonder why, yeah, my Ghana, just say, yeah, the politics now more to the point where said they are me yanukre kumikrana. I rather take that. And you think it's the politicians that are hurting? I also politicians nebre. Politicians omumro. And nearby ye, ensure ye, woman now for 4 politicians, to baby or more dying. Into a man, baby akoshe. Who are papa? and tabodan no ye who ni ye na udi paint aka ho na kama ko super pay na wo se ho and what 32 inch bi eja udi blue bulb abobo with them and then ni na hwere as to how our over start our life it's another thing to talk about. Was a young fair no nton because party be a woody nechi a complicit and I say party be a woody nechi no say a castle ye can't be away I any dear way I or no ho baba that way that's it. Oh man. Anyways, metia muni na mama muni na baba. Na she be to say yete Ghana. Na esi edun ketia abeka kire ye se nipa kura ye bekum na ye de agitumi. Na anko so hwa. Na yenya NDC fo mpanifo ekura sebe akofina. E kan tem di nsie se nyame nkuon NDC nti non form ma abakan enase. Ene nansa yenka bi nhemu ena NDC fo asofo ya eye nyankomade ma omu ibi ebe gina abonten be ka kire ye se mo bubu ni dan egu na onte ase mo bubu ni dan edi egu na onte ase na nka asori a support mo da asori a aye nyankomade de ama mo na maba party se be power de eba ne sen eye de enkoye ena mukro ya mo san tumani se mo de ye den mo de bubu se nipa ko na asori dan na mo wi afiri ana NDC for mo wi afi se misie nantwie mako 32 ana 34 po ese matisu 2 said ye be ya mo be di ade na wo de odwen se mi gina camera mu keke na me ka sa wo dwen se me na e bia mo be bu bi me dan ti na me ka mu nko bi sa mo party chairman na ye friend esi edun ketia no onim me esi edun ketia nim nantwie a mesie 32 cows na mesie said ye be ya John Mahama na NDC ebeba power adenti necessary sie sa na emani ni na because earlier on na Nyankopon ayi bi akira asofo ni bi say sa brantie na ye friend John Mahama no say musa de ne ba biewu a oyiye na de be bre Ghana no ebi nsi da mo asofo ya na be ka kire ye enti si ye betumi asesa de ya no ma na asesa de a I just say yes something that is not done. Yen see more. Na yen fanji to me. Also for the kanya kakra sense so say mo dia say mo say me boa mumbi say see edun ketia. Meni nkasa fo nsu keke o. Mi koni fie ni ne koye meeting kwanya ya be fa so asie sabe strategically ye be sie na ntwie edi afra honhom edi awini power ofe se abatuo na etwa mu no na abatuo akeke na mekanama kan say what is MPP doing? Ashtown, your party no say unim leadership wa ye yi omo so mu medi party na nim no. Say ebre do na say adwuma no but they are standing again to ntumi nka say adwuma na afono omo because adwuma afono no ntumi nka say omo sanfa wo mra bio. Dana Rivers, don't mute Ashtown, please. I don't know why you muted him. You should unmute him. So, let me know. Unibibi, me kai sami jenfi pa. Ebra no mu position and near power. I just a BB and see. This boy will capitalize on it and make every person that is in the government look bad. Politics, yeah, say Ghana no MPP for Mr. Remo. And yes, I will call fact and data keke de atromo. And your facts and data lie. You use the facts and data, but you must play according to the game that is being played. Intia so NDC for the war position. And as I deal we see ya. Inti me sure say by now can press conference bia. But unim the ya. Unim the shema come was I deal we. Obi enkan say yempanifoɔ no nkweken omo ho. Yempanifoɔ no anka omo betie bia ye ka so there be part in the grassroots say yes there be o. Rather yankoka obi opesa okasa yenye press conference no because okasa na tete leadership na faili. And the leadership no so bebre say mon san form mra. Enti said ye be ya mo be hu say leadership no faili ye de. San crofo na ebe gina mu say mon koye press conference no mon ko tuma no nwu omo so na mon ke kan phone trom na mon kan trom say then everything is okay. Party leadership is going good. Bibia e ko so kuku. Me gina wa menti ase. David Bosompem, thank you for that comment. Now, please like the page. Why? Facebook for YouTube for. Say asem kesi say ya beto. Adie start ya na ebi me ya no oh mama ma ya no politics na. Ya no politics na. Me can ye the politics de ma wa ban a ono. Ena akwaji sika ana so wetumi guarantee sika de ato wo say aban bi obebe bi amfanya adwuma. Aban bi obebe bi amfanya adwuma. Ya diska to ho. Yenim say ni ne beba. Na ene can be kakra bi I don't know. Me patcho me producers no me who my guest and why because and then say to me yeah no in terms so I can give chance for other people to talk. So your guest are ready. I let him come on right now. Now let's get this out of the way. Come in person me get into a na my exhaust pointers in 90 obana obeka sakrana na nchedan ko here please. I'm holding on to my please so production should get in touch with lawyer Kokofu. So I ready as any ready so let me go on with my submission and get it done because I'm holding on to all the materials because of him. And so, or around our mommy. Now, unim. Wako jiska asabain. Obia sikano watena so awanfanya adwuma. Ama nipa wuo no. E di blame ne beto wo so. Na o communication machine enye adwuma. Anka by this time, Richard Ahiagbani ni team, Jennifer Queen ni team, Moya communications for one wine and one team. By now, a press conference representing the MPP communication should have been out by now. Long overdue. Emma Mo healthy where it hurts. None of it is being done. Now TikTok ni binya akukuduro bejina so okaza so sabo ene de obi ankota e sanka no e sankofo de mu clampom sankofo mo jede o ye comfortable say we communication and na ukuta position we MPP mo keke eno na we comfortable with maybe so mo ye comfortable say oh empanifo no mutumi ni omu hia mutumi ni omu num nsa mutumi ni omu didi. That is all you care about. Say obi guess na boys be who say usu ni papa bi Unim Aibi. That is all you came into the party to do. You guys are not hungry for power. And it is because of Baumia, that's why you are not hungry for power. Because I am a can't for Nibi. My can't for Nibi Nebedi party anymore. Tabana, why am I tum no more space like a cracker, Mujinamu, team 50. Make we see apia, make a tremor ne. Make a tremor, China. Make a tremor anytime, any day. Moya bro. The current NPP leadership amo me Felix Apia me say moye abro. Sure, corona by these guys are dead. Doctor, obedi president. What omoboa? Omani sube wu keke. Omani be wu keke doctor. By 2027 kon end. Abeifu etwa ho ahia nyina. We will expose all of them for you to know. You will name and shame all of them because air time. Coronavirus by DJ Solis, Saukaya. And Maria Sia Fanen in close soon the borders are nine gun and quao. Mokai, how many press conferences are away? Some of them fear. That time you ready a quack or two, sir, 2020 abano. Internet registration for the Togo for Remini idea, some of Bekaya. And we be an assembly via press conference. First, or starting say, and your man be an close to the border, na Kufuado, or person yes, Anna, a stopping crop for normal fan crop for the we are the baby, we are Bemu 2020. That was Sammy Jenfi. And one fly no, and or signed the another press conference by say, oh, Nana Kufuado, a deploy soldier 40, and they are caught places are. Almost stronghold the war. So they can suppress registration. Emma Pankofo Bejidi say Nana Kufuado Abai is trying to suppress people. Wilson Michiao. Boy, you call a step further. Threaten the whole military say. Said the Amujine Jina Togo border no say mo man crofo rem. No mo register my said the Amujina Burkina border no mujina Ivory Coast border no se mo man crofo memuno se nyankopon ya adom na se NDC ba power mo se soldier for we mo laze amode be se uniform no. It became a talking point and yet discussing extensively. What was that doing? Benefiting the NDC. Benefiting the NDC. Making their narrative stick. Abayne mpemasem, abayne di musika, abayne na ama corona ni kumo, corona ne kwenku nipo, abayne sika owi enti na okasa. Hey, sa vaccine no menko wobi. Vaccine se ukowa, obedane owo, obeye sei, eye durbone, omo ankasa nkowo. NDC made sure say, what is not sure? Chadie. Member co school. Ghana for your finance and into member co school. Party am woman say enya de papa. All right, Madam Mate. Anyways, Messi Ebio internet. Messi Ebio Ebra Corona Aba Ebedi ye ni nenya na aban bi afade ato no ho so se obebo man no ho ban no. NDC for the year press conference maneto Ghana for trim say Nanado empe Ghana for asem. Nanado ama corona no sa. Na corona no kura no enku nipa sa. Nembo Nanado no ne onne na ban ene pesi diska. ebe ma otanya na eni kwanse ba ho ebe to MPP so every day press conferences over press conferences on any little thing, including feeding. And BSHS. Mebako school mintia. Akola no koba. Ma bainse. Enye. Inti me patro se enya. Ede na ese meye. Ade a enye. Upia mo ma de ko. Mibisa. Se bibi nya. Upia mo ma de ko wana. Unity. Se mi jina hei. Minim se mebako free education na enye. Akola ne kwa emwa no. Nti adan na meda so de mebako free education. But now NDC former free education enjoy free education. But now omo party jina bonten say free education asay. Ade asay oba no wo mu ye den. Oba no wo mu ye den. All right. They told everybody say free education 419. Yeah, no crap. Course now omumba kobi. Omumba no kobi o. Nyese NDC format na fi o. NDC format no so sebi eco free education ni bi. Nastla Felix Kwachi Fosu. Sami Jemfi. Broja Jemfi. Any all those idiots no. Eda son nam ho cancer day free education in yard papa. Dr. Kokofu, you have to set up well. You have to connect your mic and your camera because right now you are in the studio, but you cannot be added onto the main platform. So maybe check your phone or use another phone, use another device to join, please, if possible. Thank you so much. Erudite. Free education in it. Now, omo to me, Eddie omo Marco, but omo to me, I be catch or say free education and yet, no more money to classroom where then no more. Say free education and then yet I'm passing and yeah, erudite. What was their children still doing in the classrooms? Anyone will say Ebu Abo Moa. And then one will send near ma NDC for Gina so at the year near Meditia in 9, then in our start here Boba. Obi Wana and I saw for no dear. This is a typical example of some of the evil things they did. Yeah, they did. Everybody look at this one. They're trying to and that's a flag, same flag. They did all this flag. Yes, my good. Nigeria, eternity. Yes, we are quite a crowd. From the CEO. So NDC did all this thing just to gain power. But at the end of the day, at the NDC. Anyways, my guest I said I'm kind and I'm person to me my name guest name them so that I can focus on other people, other topics as well. Ntino mebo trailer way quick. Mebo we ya na yane Dr. Henry Kokofu etwa yenkomodi ne so. Afi na waba tap na share mami. Yami be sure.
Problem. Has to do with climate change impacts and effects. So the next government of New Patriotic Party is going to be able to undertake national flood control program. 10 kilometers of new drains have been constructed already, and 36 kilometers of drainage channels are in lining up, bringing relief to many communities across the country. In addition, there's an investment of $350 million to deal with this perennial flooding in the Odo Basin through the World Bank-funded Garrett project. And this is ongoing, and the next government is very much committed to continue with this. The sanitation infrastructure, we've instituted fundamental structural reforms aimed at harmonizing the management and delivery of sanitation services across the country. And we also do know that climate change have effects on healthcare facilities, share for me and giving pressure to these facilities. So there is a need to ensure that healthcare facilities are given wash services improved upon. And the Ghana Health Services have undertaken an extraneous account, thereby having data to be able to work on. So the next government is very much on course under Bawumia presidency, which I'm very much sure is going to be. We will undertake the necessary structural reforms aimed at revolutionizing and managing the delivery of water services across the country through the 3 R's, the recycling, reuse, and recovery, to instill efficiency, effectiveness, and economic viability.
All right. That is Dr. Kokofu. I mean, me adding this here and start here in common. Hey, Doc. Doc, I'm back to where you two. I just said, "Oh, on you two."
Hello.
Yes, sir. Pacho, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Brad Alex.
Pacho, be able to there.
Oh, I don't know Bible.
Wait there. Sorry, bad. The next 40 minutes, me person me borrow na you didn't come to Ebi. Now from there, no, me to me etwa Jumedi and so. Andra na na sank unfortunately, no. Na me app na me problem. Intimate to me, and then so time where sank starting so no. And to me, I'm banasa because I'm in a little family emergency and SM could deal with. Sorry for the delay, but I believe now we are in tune and we can start the conversation. As we start, it will be in the form of you giving us insight and me probing the questions, pretty much giving you the questions and then telling us what the answers are. And then our viewers also to me a clear understanding of their air continue. Once again, Dr. Kokofu Yamawakwaba at the bar political zone studio. It's been a while. Now, sir, no campaign because I'm Bibiaboko.
Yes, Brad Alice, me just papa. Me my phone, because me it's almost 4. 5. That is a joke. Baby will be all we are until programming political zone. Let me also say, sir, I've missed this program so dearly. Program where one of my flagship programs are now managing papa, but for some good reasons, in me my son and ne when penny for a range among them. Meden chiasu free asante memo brel bisa na bisa me campaign memo the campaign is na pa na anika sma ho ne se nred pie kwasia dai ne nred wadomie ye maame for batampa na ma bonsu waboni dini se ono no me the next asante ima pani etu agina na omude oba peni akonko na fie so na okoyi ni nkonya din nti na ma bonsu na ye nim no bi ankonya din ne beba no na bi asesa so me ehye ne so but whatever it is no yenya is something ma e do hina se da something peni fu nyina se papa se aya asundue mu na ye bokọ eyi na kese asante oman ye be bi aka ye ma abo ne mpento ato aso so ohine edi ade na nyansa ne akokoduro bata ho na hwedi ampo so ta na chi no kese bibia ye brel Maybe any son, I may buy New Patriotic Party, a flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Ugusune Penny and Tratois. I share Quampa, the Passoir, the King of
TikTok for Mote, you know, Dr. Voice, no. TikTok, Mote Voice, na, Mama me, Tom Saps, and Motia, why? Dr. Bacho Twaso.
Omote Voice, no.
Me Bacho, almost a video, yeah. A video, yeah, Dr. Bacho Twaso.
Okay, it's my cancer, I don't know, say, yeah, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, so a New Patriotic Party, a flag bearer. On him penny the Niama Guaquam, say, Kabumu Sonko, the Bayentem. To the Biana, I am here, some Kikani be ne, and Kutahudi be a wana, annoying. Now, so said your Tibiara, you say, and Yanum, and then penny Sinconia, near the year 2 years. Nti ebo paya ma ye ho ne ma yokuro no na ye nso yetu anamo pa bia sebe nka sa atwie ne atenie no ye be na brass kra in fact asisi ejai if you say ni faso bi e nso emo obi bia no pa ho a the campaign no de me nyina obi a campaign to rescue the New Patriotic Party. The agenda begins from Ashanti region. You say your party ni be ofufro. The person New Patriotic Party ejina na naso. Obi bia onim Ghana politics na sabe wadnya daje ahwe ne mamu. Obehu se esese shase na we bibia around Ashanti region. It is the best man around. Ono ana oba bidi Ashanti manim. Ono ne kwabna Kokofu. Awa ofa eyeme. Nti atinye bia ne ho ya batwa na esese yakuntia. Akara papa mu a kesu kwabna baje na yemaye. He said, "When I bet me, when I bet me, I'm Domano. Who now bet me, I hear a my year 3 years. Near the Buafu, near the very war, who now bet me, I teach for the way. Now, what more at all him. Who Kwabna Kokofu, when I be paid. I be afful. Near why be paying or what, young Concofa, near ever son of it, son of Penny come. And don't take campaign a queer papa. Ade a efe wom ene se kasa entwe bia ni campaign. In fact yakra yakọ na yebebodi na ụbọ Kwamra Kokofu edi kan bokese eye twedi ampon ohata hoyi wi a no abọ Kwamra Kokofu din no abọ flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia di asa se di mi ensa pe ni enim e wo campaign no ya ka bia no anya de a ehuhia episa nti ye kasa no na edi bia ye issue based yehwe ye den na free hin na poor hin na ba hin nyina ya de a bani de niema egu akwa mu a yehwe nti me campaign no fapem kese ba ko engina document dia wa ka do betrem fa we ma me fa document ma fellas atiofo be ga mo be huna what was that document we and I be a movie. What me kind?
Yeah, I said that when he did about report on committee. What's a BBC?
Why are they?
Report on the committee of inquiry into the poor performance of the MPP in Ashanti region in the December 2024 presidential and general elections. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So that document we. And no wa fapem baako a Kwabna Kokofu campaign so as a document we ya true bi o say in the quest to restructure, reform and reposition the New Patriotic Party to recapture power in 2028 presented to Mr. Bernard and Jubu Esiako Ashanti Regional. Now we Ira or chairman Sabus or then the committee ana omunya adaje ebi se adwuma na se onya abotre na nya bi na akenkan a ubehu niema ahudu bebre a ehu behia se ye betu eho anamo na isan se me dachi me regional chairman of administration ya na montuo ye decision ni bi e be take no anamo bia ye be pese ye be fa so no e be based on science and data information enya trimo ka anase waso dae na wutu anamo bi dabi na information a wohia ni nyina dodo na wa ha binom so other documents nti ma take it time and trouble the campaign manager director of the campaign lawyer Amankwa Ohene Amankwa Jan and the coordinator of the campaign Kofi Ajay, popularly known as Away Bass, and operations, so Udru Nicholas, former Metromas manager was Central Region. This particular team, Enya Dajet Transistor Bukui, na Niame so Behu, Inti a day, your fire youth in some day na a tear free mobile. Then recommendation Ben or dear na you with me aye and a mobile you too. A far am I dear women's swinger and a mobile you with me too. Near the Babois said you, my dear, am I acquire him? A fee a fastic assembly share home a region no party no more. Then you with me aye and necessary. Then ye prepared. Any akasa your home kutamudie, any idea say yentem, their friend of interpersonal relationship, and also so an amobile very, very important issue, internal security arrangement. Say, na bambo, SSC, a Bob by police stations, ya to Abanama war, as soon as you are to amount, the soon as you have amount. Two different things. You can make me a senator, Jaco to Abanama. Now, the no Tiwa or Yami, I can kind of one, can Kayama, just a well and the Yama security arrangement. And to find any between a fast one. And based on these findings, and then yes, so if you look at cry and I think with the name and the animal more diaspora, Eddie free Resanti between there. In fact, a name about Comodia did the Nina, that Medina, Babi Guga, Anna, Yafim, as such, who said, really, lot of information if free diaspora, Papa. Until a something region there, make me, like I say, you're reading it. It is going to be more richer in political discourse here about this.
Yo, now Samiti, I see your patch say this time the Ashanti region, most people say more NDC for one seat to crowd or
seat one seminal, your 47 seats in our Ashanti region. From Santi Muno, your time 43. Nti bi ho na eho asem kan de pa asawase wokumase new adubiase ana adra sechirduma da bi drobon so yes from place na de adra sechirduma se abeka nti 9 that is a honsem kan de yaje new adubiase pay ana yaje adra sechirduma se pay city aboye pa kese Central Front Place. Anna friend say Asawase. Now 2024 election year koi. Shortest ana adia woso ye kese, ne pusu ye kese baako. Ene seat elusu no agogo. Ye Asante Achim North. Afi de elusu no Adanse Asokwa. De elusu no Adanse Akufrum ana yesan lusu baako biem ewo ahafo south east saa city we no ade a timi ye papa na fe na me be you question na so profile saa cc a ye lusu nyina saa four no a bibinti ene wantwi binti ye lusu so easily no including internal security ana ebi ni ho eno the original chairman the nsabe nkumbagi ni eno I can assure you and nine na aka no eye address chedumase new adubiase asawase ana Central Front Place emu mienu the nsabe timiaka going forward eye new adubiase ana Central Front Place nia dine na say extra work for him says so nyame be adoma will be a drastic reduction. It can be but a very difficult daunting task. Iti mentena ha many and that would be say the 6 47 over 47 daddy. Near make based on information, any data available to us. I just said it me ABCD. That's how many era or say means about then a powerful TTA. It me implement recommendations in the woman. Trust me, yes, Sabeka 4 more seats. Now 3B and then you be a becano, April. Another important a year on say seat beer and sentiment can was Santa I such sorry, a drastic Duma say such a front plains as someone say, sa 3 major seats here, and no what's a name I am. There are plans that between increase presidential vote. Near close to gap, so much so. A very, very important ingredient. And said the American cannot, your Kokofu administration will not do guesswork. I know the HM and Yajumebi. And I won't be able to be the DBA to be backed by facts, evidence, data, information, and a credible implementation plans.
All right, may I say we the Medofa hockey, but the main in common has to do with the Accra floods, Ghana floods in matters arising, and until and Meton Safreo. Now, Medase, so my insight about their air course so far, Ashanti region. My listeners know, ABC men can tell say, Omanu beef, Tino, that we knew are now about now only on my bed no say beef. No, Are the upper patch and say political zone. Ebra Oka say who call general secretary no. Oba have a boy am an pepe say general secretary no oko. But also some what say who direct on my information about it. And one say getting from him says an apple to a bone to pick with you. But that will be for another day. I believe said this wouldn't be the last time we engage you on this platform. Sure. And then on my the serious matters not out of the way. All right, Honorable, I believe say so far a year flood in Niamey across way. What to be, where ready be, where will be. They are aired there. Mommy decided say we want to hear from you. It's not just the fact say we are MPP and I say yeah, Pamela basically we are MPP near all knowledge that we can acquire from. That is not the only thing. A bano enini age so I believe say Nyankopon Adomo pa Emma at least 60 there semis Roman can obedi. And 60 years on the soils of Ghana, and I believe say you have seen government come, government go, floods that has happened in Ghana and you see in our so say ban even personal experience of floods. I believe say you are a big basin for us to suck something out of. And then to top it with the ice and the fact say you was once an EPA boss, which was the my main reason why of bringing you in here. Doc, not to make it giddy giddy biano. There may be some say, why are we here? Why should an almost 70-year-old country still has or still should have its capital being submerged when a few centimeters of rainfall drops? Why are we here? What is happening? You have been in government before. You have been around governance before. You have experienced it as a citizen yourself. Why are we still here? And then Ghana still your capital, Accra, any certain part of Florida. The patron said, "Ubi to am starting common everywhere." Now can we voice musu kakra Israel? You say we were ready, but Pija voice mukakrama for the TikTok for no.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Atisa, flooding back as 1960. In most recent and latest times, 1960, Ghana flooding. And Daily Graphic, Sabre, airport when the rains came to Accra or something of the sort. Yenifi now we Fourth Republican Ghana 1995 and a major flooding. As Sabre the president or now Sujania or Dane civilian President Jerry Rawlings. Ono na udi abanani ama yehwehwe yehunu nia esese ye de ensese ye eno na chi no yeruade ekufo penso flooding yehunu bi Professor J.E. Mills, former and the late president ono so penso yehunu bi ema ono kra de 24 horse abrand ne kotena kuduom ama di canoe ama no odi twansuo afen so Yura Kufuado pencil, you be flooded. Now, before then, now you flooded, and not you will be that to May. That was 2015, 3rd June. And no, dear, a Yusunija. The Indian you say, Inca, baby, a Jawudia, Insu drew up and a giant, no doom. By inquire some dear, a coye Janning Shia, a diafra. Na edi ewu enti edi ewu papa ekum ni papa ese nipa pra nipa ese japade wo kra kurobia mu ha sansem no eduru na wo kan na ed na to say won ebe kai won late friends relatives no me ebe kai won ankasa edi dem pra no nunti ya na yentai ana na anu ye we so ababidru na ubisa ahu se NDC ba abemu a na atorentem ne ade to o man na adabra kanimu
yabi
adabra kanim enti all the records omo breaking records omo breaking record na available 1995 abra na Jerry John Rawlings so iti record no reni ya kopim say Yewura Mahama type umbe breaki sa record no with June 3rd 2015 fire and water incident or accident na nui oma kasa breaki o ma record bi nanka sansemi sia ne papa mu nanka ye dwene ho se oman den ye ya yenye ni yie anamon ben yetu ayetu ni yie nanka ya pen po mesebre nanka abanya oho party oho nanka no de ka waye free nanso da bia yigina ye free ba nyeye kopem se o mampani oti aba mu sese
tapu screens
2024 ebra obon to anu apri tumi aba mu o mane dead e ka kire Ghana fo se Yewura Kufuado ne MPP amamu oboni nti one de dikan nsuo kura nto wo man na se nsuo kura kakra bi na beto a na ayiri afa amanfo na de tosu bie we ma ne ha adwen kese pa ne se aban ne me entity go temu nyi wira ne fin free go temu nti wira ne fin adokoro gota ewo Ghana nyina particularly Accra aye capital the senti no se ono de ono na osusu se omo ba mu a ministry a Yewura Kufuado te Ministry for Water Resources and Sanitation ya de hunu a huni mfaso enu ti oba mu a obetwam no ayi afiri ho na se otwam no ayi free ho de bekwa akose local government ministry ase na eno no bema won atimi atiti go temu nyina yie kama efi bia nkogu baabia na nono bema nsuyiri so atu atwa na nsuo ensei obia japade na enia ubi. That was his solution to the problem. Enti nukure mu ni Ghana fo bebre to o madwene mu ni wo koma so efi se na nsuyiri no yade a hadipa bebre pa wo mai enti bra oboss ano ho ba no betimi aka cho se no kwa ma no vote about 15%. Trust me. My country, woman preference money idea, woman research, survey any big money. Say, so I promise now, Mahama, a promise Ghana for. Vote to do say party to me, a puluman. And your preliminary, a friend is say, estimates, put it to 10 to 15% of votes are winning. And fast forward, about them, or buy an ampa or the OCI or your chat ministry room or the Jumediana Koshe local government. I say, a favor I could be honocrady or uncountry, say OG Waste Management, a human free Zoom Lion, a private company owned by a Ghanaian, fully owned by a Ghanaian, or J or my human share. This is some villa. A baby do go, a baby crack no, a fierce a bear there now by a chat, our contract. It's not just a part or by say or very settled, and now very set. Sir, environmental and sanitation space, that they are hot. And to what is set here? Why are the obey? Yeah, quada, and running our tree that. Nsuo atɔ ayi afa nipa nsase afu nyinaa nsuo afa mu cars emu diɛn nnwuma ahodoɔ de atorenkyɛm paa dɛto wɔn na deɛ awerɛho wɔ mu kɛse ne sɛ anka nsuo deɛ ɔman ti ase nsuo yiri saa kane ama kurommerɛ dane na wɔahyɛ nom eyiri saa Ubo se be na nwene ne mpataa no mu tete nsuo nani e che se ka ye nkwala na yesesa dike nsuo ne betwe no na afi ubo se nwene ne mpataa no mu gu ani kama na no enu se oniema kra ne se ya eja nya ba ko de kobo lai super so afa nsa so we die under President Mahama ne ndis nsuo yiri ye n'echi no edifi sabi ajanai Niema tantandie nipa mpe untimi kura mo edin ana twi ni nyina na dia begu yabobo ano ana de omamu ni nyina da pa dedi na MDC abade na da pa dedi pa ana grobo rensu ire no nko akeke yes adwene asɛ niema grofo afie nom mfidi ahodo ene na efie na edi abegu oman mu no na ada na di akyere wiase nyina sɛ ye oman a sabe predi asa ye reti oman mu ofia utimi nyi Ghana free sɛ ye ni kan a de bekasa and this is evidence based obibia obekasa asem mu wiase afa na ba bibia no on sese o ha no hokra the evidence is available am obia sir. Now the question is, who besides a den ye drew the yedre? Yeah. The drew the yedre if you say, ye your maya, yam fano crane yedrum. I can before and continue on and fano crane yedrum. And unti leadership problem. I fear ye your maya. Nipa ye war man no you su nearby. Enya dia esefata ye nsem fata no ne ye obi bia ni ho a wo Ghana ha a obepra ni wira na boboa no ne ba bia owi a odi wira no bekwa kogu ne kete so ansa no wada but onipa nim se no de odi gu ne kete so no oda enye ye eboa no ne mom nsuo sutene de odi bekwa kogu gata eno di nsuo nam no odi beka kogu enti attitude nipa your behavior the last point be anya the last but for me engineering say yan fire adwene nka bibi mum enhwe se wei nsuo na no montue se ne ebeye no aha yesi dan wa ha ebeye ye enye ye nsumramu ne yesi no ye fele wetlands ana atecha from ni nyina no nsusuanso be na de beba enti yakwati science and data information yentimi apply wo engineering field na yemfa emoaye ho enti okeka saa de we ni nyina bomu a na afi utwaje se na ne yeto abama aban ye den yeto abama mpanifo wo manum titiri o mampani ye den yeto abama se odi na adwene ne bibia ne na mayokuo ne na aban be ye nhihye ameki sure se ne ma amabobodi eye adwuma enti se anya adwuma when the first pot to blame enunti na eye easy ema yewura mahama bro wo position se na o blame na adoda Kokofu ado ene na aban na easy ma no enti ne nsoso eye easy ma obi bia obi biara se wakosukuda se wakosukuda se woyeden easy to blame Mahama and NDC government for their actually.
Okay.
Very easy. So one policy omo de bae o di free efie eba abemu no bienu aso aye adwuma na anya adwuma pa one watcha sanitation ministry and ne water resources utwa emu no wo de kwose rural development ministry ase enu utwa emu no ade kwose rural development ase efi na doso nsuo no so kwan ni nyina asisi enti sa policy no wa fail so one me agenza
me no ya adwene
so it's a policy failure. Then another policy the sanitation and waste management side aso zoom lion adwumakuo no se dima no oye se soani sem wo ho sem ni ho ye de amanfo wo ni ameka hwe wo de awusi wutwam no ayi afiri ho enti se wutwam no ayi bibia afiri ho na ye hwe animu se de wo de ba no be ye papa a che de ne wo ho nya sa na te
yeah
enti se wutwam no ayi afiri ho na so di bi ba ye so mfa bi ba ye na de o how twitwiri die se yaba na o ma mu ni nyina ya da pa abedadi efia edokro ye ene ade a let's say that policy has also failed.
Yeah.
82 major policies, government policies have failed. And no dey adru ba bia ye dru. Eti achinya bia ni ho. Bibi bia ni ho. Me try say always say my try say menya politics.
Yeah.
If we say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia call ye na okohwe to renchem no kochiche amanfo awre no. Ekoche wo niema no. All kasa no de sisu dua say ye hwe se sa ne me ye mfanya politics. Na asoman ye nyina be pen promise. Enti na me mfanya politics. But I am attacking the policy, the issue. And I'm on tour aban 2 year. Se otu sa na mo no ne boaye. Ana nsuo to ye na wire bia begu abonten. Ana krom din na gota no nsuo na nya kwan no okwa. Na chese sa policy no eye na ke aboye nsema. So na me ya agyensa.
Me no ya agyen.
But ehunsunsanso aba bedadi. Se sa policy no amoa na emom ede o hawa ba ne de. Obia wo ho kwan including me say meka ho asem. So that is the policy. Obia nchiri President Mahama NDC obia nchiri wo because omaya komia na yede ama ho. Na senia ntwe dua anka no to. Saa na bibia so enka comfort sem. Enu nti yentan wo na emom yetan asem no. Yetan policy no wodi tu anamona wodi tu ye na wo susu se eno na de ahoto bebre amanfo saa policies no e de ohaw abra amanfo enti me ka me hwe animu senka pa ne papa mu a mate se President Mahama se emfa na enu asese isi oni empra krom clean enye bad idea but enka na mo pa kesi asese otu nso obepa Ghana for chew me manfo Ghana for me pamoche. In fact, na Kokofu ado na ese kodi kan pa no but no omo nye if you say omo mpe na Kokofu ado asem. Ba ye Ghana for no so ye ne a man ye ne dia ye ne to me ne ma wo ne. What fail ye? Your resetting agenda no anya adwuma e was sanitation ne water resources ho. Simplicity. Ntina kwa atu no apaye chew. Na fe wa ka kire say yen ya Ghana for kra yen kire wo ni a esese wo ye. Because omuni clue, omuni hwe.
Yo.
Omuni hwe. Omuni ensuade hunu bia. Enti mi video na wo boy no. November 14th or so, 2024.
Yeah.
Akakume bi ame yakoto aba 2024. Anna multimedia through Joy News. Omu eye debate ema MPP and then NDC. And the debate, na a based on manifesto a water resources and sanitation. Nsema yeka ho asem. Na no ya to din your friend wash. Wash in the water, sanitation and hygiene. And to make Kwabena Kokofu me na mjina muma new patriotic party. Ana Rabana or EPSA as boss no.
Yeah, Cluche.
Or no jina muma and this. And to obia pay the food test. Ghana for nyina to your book. My country join you for say omunya Ghana for papa. No we replay the full complement of that debate. Na ebia a free sabre yi kono. Ye kase amayoko bia be gina na property on tire de obetimi aye ne de waye pen a. Next time round, Ghanaians will take it serious. Now, based on that, Omudi are taking decision.
All right.
Very, very important.
About you, may I say, we just the opening of it. As time goes on, I think I will have God Factor here to also put in one or two. Now, semi-tier conversation now, okay, which is where I would like us to start from.
Yeah.
I personally, I feel say, and Patrick, this is me. I feel say the effect or the job were MPP former year, was not felt or known or was covered due to the doings of more MPP for that. That is the first thing that I would say.
Yeah.
Because your Bible, you can you also to me so can you find question BBA say ensuring and I'm a boy. And to some way, you might win na mo de share mo portfolio, mabubo suit to the V18. Na yantia communication friend to me uncle Kanaman capitalize it. Na ubi the capitalize no degree near. I don't see the reason why now our approach should be we shouldn't stop. I don't know why now our approach should be based on we trying to be human and human. Sad na more to be honest with you, many more nyadwene baako cry. Eno na ekun party no. Me kan no krepa na chodok. Sa niama na party mpanifo a monam ho mo ye no. Eno na ekun yen in the essence say. For me there I've been privy to your in debate, and I saw the key points you made. And I saw the key things Dr. Bawumia would have continued to do. Why wasn't it heard? Why was the propaganda rather overshadowing us that had the facts, the data, and the figures? Now, and then nyamia yamuadom doc. Now, se said ya wukan ye nyankopon apa wo mo a edi sa bone ne ho ntoma. Obe eko na ma Ghana fo na eko sa lie ejina asoko sa lie e de to abeti a wona ate ase no. Mo se mo no mo ba se mo be di Accra. Ma ba ma ye nyankwa na ye nya no mroso eno ne dia mo ye nti mo MPP for 24 no say ya sorry na mo ti a mo kan che say mo ti a sorry enye politics na mo ye. Honorable, we are getting tired. Honorable, please. But we are getting tired of this approach of we trying to sound sane than everybody. We trying to sound politically correct than everybody. We trying to be as gentle than anybody. If somebody, because from the outside, honorable, any reasonable person who knows that your policy na yanye kuta better alternative and so. But we allowed the same let's be gentle young cano a yinan crofrontiasiano a diana yanka asem no ne calmness be na yan kan calm honorable sir omo to abasesi an calmness in we ni vote to on side o politics na ye no honorable ye politics you and your politics na ye no esi Akufo Addo pen so no ye se ba omia na Akufo Addo fi abaifo e na akoto nsuo de me ne Ghana fo ekoton krofo tirim e mo mu gina asokoto aba enne nyame adawroma no kre na bededi o say nyame adawroma wo ti ase EPA ho the facts the informations are there by now sanke ye do free one radio to one radio to one TV to one TV to break these people's back no mo be ma ya be ya no o mo ma ya nkyere nipa no kre no mo ma ya nkyere nipa no kanea no mo ma ya anyways doc I don't think that is going to help us, to be honest with you, and I'm being honest.
Minuano.
What me no? I don't know why that approach.
Yes, I sympathize with you, and I share in your frustration. You probably don't share in that frustration, but unfortunately, you are addressing the wrong person. MPP penny, I agree, but unfortunately, you are addressing the wrong person. Bia, who pass my country, I mean, to what they farm from him, I will take it up to them. Because until a mama would date, you know. The commander me di no ne ade na capture no. Enye to abawie yenya nsamba. There.
Before.
And then I will give you more information, more videos, any interviews. Me office as EPA. In fact, wager that. I was there with the media. Because one woman me said, let me actually win the case in the court. That time na EPA me need to do demolition. I can't be na mama yire me one year new law EPA one ne obetimi aye demolition. Obetimi achinipan. I never got the benefit of utilizing that law. Me boa me ye no. Law near passing in 2025, January 5th. The last law that Kokofu Addo science and infrabe. It is our law no. Se me kwabna Kokofu me penso na ye adwuma. Anka frustration in the idea can be it may resolve it. But fast forward. Aside that, nano aturenche mi see and run also that we say tuntum. Maybe the name says a second would declare 2 days of national mourning. Oh man, rather no man penino called that Thanksgiving. Minima di okoda was all there. Share your shrakra and to say titru man kwada mofra na number na awuo no kra no me de mi su se yentimi huna no yentimi huna no da na bio eno no ma mi gina aso ma mi campaigner na me ye wa asante ma mi twa so e bank ha be hwehwe be bia sabre no na ni bre o ntima ama media fo no kra capture me be bia me nim to the bia na nim se busuafo bi o ha we myself ko hwe sa de ko hwe I took it upon myself said radio stations upon radio stations. I've been on Peace FM and ne no pa me no ka say makwa Adom FM.
Yeah,
me other stations are kasa o phone so in fact OKFM na na di kai. You busa me question ne niam ahuduo bia fa sa ne me ho. Ma kire ma dwene. Obi ne be ya dwe, obi ne me nya dwe. Enti I have done my bit. I'm not saying it's a party ni aye a bit. No. Enunti no a lesson my say fast forward no. Say ya kan ya no tumu saa politics no enimu aye if you say akoye kasa na mpedudu a obi ni twa kontompo na otwa kontompo no na ebedane no kre winim say asma ye kan nyina we had the whole ministry yes, sanitation and water resources, and they did so much. They did very, very, very well in that space. Document here could tell me here. Editor Sir Garrett World Bank project in seminar. and the Yakuchiregu. And as a bino, Yayakum near now. Sa wash as my making. Wash sector development program. Program here 2021 to 2030. The 2021 year shasi.
Yeah.
Lot of Niama Wahabi. Okay, say maybe now this is for crowd the boy woman they say and say Abaya or you TFE. Abaya
yeah. Abaya toilet. Yeah.
World Health Organization was standard of media open defecation. Say Nkrofoja wa now baby, Miamia baby bebre basa. MPP are buying the Take Side initiative. Under this WASH initiative program, and making sure district assemblies, metropolitan assemblies, at the KB, there was a project, a fear war, Kumasi program, omuni proper sanitation at toilet facilities, a binding and share, Omunya WCC near the woman fear.
Yeah.
Nina was to improve upon the hygiene and then sanitation and the water situation or mind. And I agree to the point say, and you ma ye no, the ye no, ye do born ye kume bidodo. And you're very low. That one there, no doubt. Empty me, my father also said, I will step up. Say you me no. Na afufro ye nuanom so enunti Asante region. Say a national, ye per regional chairman. As we are regional chairman, we are the chief spokesperson for the party or region. Enti niama ekoso wa abem any outside abem bia e ye good na wudi animu no wa chirichirim ana waka ho asem. Enunti na sese ye de sa adwumade ne mame kwabna Kokofu. Na communication skills any hunumu e national issues mu enti ase ene kwampa ye betumi akire mu ama afofra ate ase. Na anu we de ba yi de etwagu dada a mampani o we kikan ye edi gu ya be ani mu ase ni nyina makoyi ni nyina pie ye ka ho ase meka ho asem sa abosome enti me de piara da me kona me ye me campaign 1 hour na ma betena radio so another 1 hour na maka national issues na bokoboko na mu didumade ni ma me wie se kim ene na chese say ye mete so ano ye ko afiefiem ye ko nkofo ye kire wo mu nsem nanu me see a delegates bi na me no mu Ghana ba ko ede ba say honorable when say Asante region ye ha na vote ni nyina free ba me say an na so aban ni ye ni ye on say ye beto aba no ndc fo bi kura ba ha omu be no mo sre omu huri say ye to aba de bia ye nya mpuntuo ni ade nti o ka say wi na so ya me tie bi me hunu bi na mo me bisa one question ojitum say NDC for penny for be free other regions by no say now say him papa also no about foreign minister you know about free voter region nyina ba ana me say kire me ade ba akope project ba akope e wo voter region capital ho ebi ni Kumasi Ashanti region capital say me ade ba akope me mpemi no dey just one we are kan suku ahodo secondary one universities we are can hospitals ahodo we are can road network ye yagusu ko ta ne hwan na fa Kumasi ne ho etoto ho afei na obi agina ho utimi kan na say here we are the onu wo baby a wo free bado watu aba ma NDC sa fi say Adam ni Eve be wiase ekoye oda ho to aba ma NDC ono de omusa NDC say NDC nyam puntuo ma no ho
emanu
say ya nya hwe kura ma na oni hawo na ebo ono betumi anya akokoduro afaka aba me ne wo yakache ha santimem aba ba kire yen say ya nya interchange nti man to aba ma
no
MPP na me no so ya gi ato enya rehosem that day campaign na me ni ade nyina ape ebedane na ka ya yesu kra really sana na asɛmrete nam say yes sana ti ono ɔte baabi a nanum akum ntinkyire kro di bia ɔnte but wɔtimi aba wo fie abɛka kyerɛw sɛ aduane na waduane a wodie na wo yera ya ama no nkyini nim ntigaa wo yere na mpani ampa wo so agyaa wo yere
wodi meka ko gyaa wo yere
baabi ofiri ba no no nanum akum o akɔhoma kra wa mobi
yabi
ntinkyire kra ɔno ɔnte ne de ba ɔno timi ba wo fie abra wo yere awie aduane ne asɛm wo ya to pono no wie a wabɛhua no waka kyerɛw sɛ wo yere nim mai nim ntija na ware now so di mirika no agya na ware start been happen to us and it will never happen again in Ashanti region with Kokofu as your chairman, regional chairman. This propaganda will not work again. But yeah, body pano at the Omwa Kovota region other strongholds of NDC. No ma ko demonstrate ya kyerɛ say monhwɛ masitinem mutu abama NDC de biara da no monhwɛ masitinem na me free biase neighbor no quota do say no ya the data and information no be akɔkyerɛ hospitals ahodoɔ enkoda nya kwan ko school ni universities free region no ya de be akɔkyerɛ nya ka kyerɛ say NDC na mudi o machi a mutu abama o de bia they have taken you for granted.
All right.
Yeah.
Doc, me were questions be more about 5 questions be am person me bisa o.
Enya dey cry.
I
have a 2 ka hon enya 7.
Don't worry, cry. Questions
there more. We are class prefect.
More never hopa, but I just want us to get this going. Now in your earlier submission, no, you did talk about policy.
Yeah.
And that of a policy failure of the NDC. Because what my yati say answer na omoba bemu na nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ a na ɛwɔ it was in the pipeline amoye get some come over to us omobe stop here. Now can you tell me policy wise their government from 2017 up to 2025 modi free abemu no in terms of policy because a policy problem there policy ba ko mienu ben na MPP aban e de ba ya na omo person omo de solve south flood way na almost started the be adwuma de na afi so adan na nsuo eto those times na ye hu no te say dia ehu ne nei say ubetumi a start everywhere na about the engineering problem, then we will talk about a few about sanitation, then we will do a little politics, and then that will be the end of our talk for today. Until you can start from there. Policy wise, at the end from 2017, na muhu say a year juma and I say a started say a take shape.
Every map me documents no
it does.
Yeah. Every map where the Ghana Presidential Compact on Wash.
Okay.
Now, no, ubehu na do dan Kokofu signature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where your policy initiative the bar said ensure water is life. Afe ensure hu hia na ye nkwadea. Ene na ahunidie yes sanitation. Bira sisa bola ni ade. Afe na ahotie hygiene ahotie. Wote na sabe nke kan wa ni ho.
Okay, say baby I want to suma ba ho pa ho.
Sawa ho. Still assume na ba ho.
Yeah, say dey ho afe no.
Nsima so kan ye ho.
Anya nya hwe. Wo dey we mi anya ne sa.
Yeah, so kan ye me office wa na.
As you see ya be you can.
Is dey yo?
Free that's what the man come.
And me kon see ya na em say ba. Okay, fine. Yeah. Now, enunti medical council policy ba ko e baaye eni se ajanabia na sabe nipa jeja empoano ehefa bebre na makase information no ewo
woman mua who
does
your brain into. But a janai be a hoodwa a bind under a kufuado. It me ye bo man him bebre. Abua amayetimi yi sa or how no a dear free your system no kakra. Afe nsuo na nsuo mo den besi ne ukwamia bia sebe nipa ne anatwie ni nwan e prinsuo enu nti Akufo-Addo aban ahwe ma YouTube borehole ahodo e ma community tie wade be friend community water management bebre ahodo wo mia bebre. Then ahotie Ghana Health Service ebemu Ghana Health Service ebemu no na primary health care yare to say cholera no a free insufimu their friend waterborne diseases. The record shows say under Akufo-Addo aban cholera and other waterborne diseases was drastically reduced. If we say you make it sure now thanks to COVID protocols also. Because nipa bekaya COVID time and protocols are by the good on see a worry and say so you yama I would be brave when you are rough on so have baby but so you kai now why Emma I wouldn't be near about for men. After waste management ya ball every na hin ya kotu agu in can hankwa you generate almost 14,000 metric tons of waste a day. If the record, the figures are right. Just said, when we are here now, we control. Enti abino yen she say, now in she say, abine battery, a name of team, say Edmaco to say Zoom Lion. And the other human can get here, Omuya waste management system. You bet come woman now, Boanona, abine baboa, Mumatuanamo. Enti na, if we are sa, any fino, na enquire dear, now so. Na under management. Idea na you may no equilibrium den. And nature say cost. And the time beyond bibi but 200 baby. Ususu say as a so utwaso na announce mukena. You are at liberty to do so through policy. And there was a clear policy for waste management. Now there any can woman say. Abinu based on scientific information data about climate change and waste management. It is a friend of the 3 R's: reuse, recycling, and resource. And until the who say we are Abayi and Shema manage companies people or system no more. If we are not over Daniani at the yard for not a system. So though these were policies are deliberate, and I say and it home yedi go akwam se betimi aboa.
Okay.
And utina brebia etwamu and Akufo-Addo aban. Ubehunu wiranom ne ade wa abonten kura. Na nti se ni a betwamu na anu yi. Zoom Lion ne ada nyumakuo ni nyina ansa da ho a omo ye adwuma se de sefata. Another major policy was one yede hunidie any environmental issues echo school mu enti all sectors of from basic schools to secondary schools to the universities. Enti o ma de chire no mu no yede environmental science egurem ye chire o if say if you catch them younger o mu nyine no na no wood. You may dear back or a friend separation of waste. My brother is an amoyano.
Yeah.
More come with ball and you in arm one
baby.
We were at 2 hour plastics were have we no more. Yet to an among at EPA, Yani Ministry of Education, Edding in Kabomu. Now you're making sure say, Suku for Quada into Tiamuno, a woman. One a phrase, a swan, and that would say woman in quapple every one. Day pass will be the area number 2. Yeah, Debbie, but I don't do a yam penny.
Yeah.
And now Accra, dear grow up on tinted soon to form.
Debbie.
say children school. Enti say akase nkwadaa na eba be kire yen penifo awofo no. And uko fie bi ma nkwadaa na hya se kire wo ma awofo no. Na nya nkwadaa nyom na kire mobile phone. Nyom.
Amwa.
Thirty phones in the mind.
Amwa.
Internet nyom na koso mind.
Amwa ngaza.
Enti ye in such a way say nkwadaa no be environmental teachers at home.
Yeah.
And elsewhere. That was a major policy, deliberate policy. Another policy yedi gu akwan mu ne say aso climate change ehun susanso bone na yehu no mfaso die bi so obaadi ana. The answer is yes. Enti ye would adwumadie bi a friend climate smart business sustainability. In fact, ayi kwadwuma mkrai or climate smart agriculture. Kwampa be na abefa so a ubeye wafuo se mufuo na uye se die na moa na uye yo unya ne such a way say emma wiem nsachiraye enkoba asem na uye ni nyina na aboa no a na wabenya carbon credit o mine boa credit na no the carbon market no ama ya wo sika nyuma kese na eto credit no the sika bo mine. That is simple. And so, a deliberate effort, deliberate policy, and abandoned it at all. Yemfa infrastructure, physical infrastructure.
Okay.
Sa garage project here came. You can't hear about the kakaka. Greater Accra Resilient and Integrated Development Projects. 2019 to 2025.
2019 to 2025. Which means say the garage the document the estimation ye share susanka ye betumi di aye no from the year 2019 to 2025 pretty much. And what is a net?
Mami correct to Hokakra.
Okay,
Ghana ewaha. Name implementation delay for 2 years.
Okay.
And one kwaji extension ended 2027.
2027. Okay, yeah, no problem. Integrate no, edwuma ssɛ yɛ nankasa no, anka na wie yɛ na na sɛ akebe ni ɛso implementation and nsusanso ne best start here free 2027.
Best start. I started 2019. Tikabe ended 2027.
Yeah. So if there is any impact here, we would announce if any solution or if it has solved any problem by 2027 there, as I see a science. Okay.
Enti abano de niema gu akwami ye drains ahodo about getting to be 18 different so tie me tape na you get the figures. We need me has here. And I mean, when it comes to figures, but yeah, drains in any be pretty or dome any idea a lot to be done. Project Nusika at $350 million.
One the coffee says can buy
a year Nana Kufuado are buying and a year's answer share.
Okay.
Ye free a bear moon. Now I'm buying a year Jumanu be Amasikana Kaya $218 million.
Out of the 350 no. Movie move free work on the movie Juma Manaka $218 million. And no doubt for a buying be or beba and as a Mukran movie winner. Ubet to the Juma.
Sir. And we did a tape no mekan said the next NPP government. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia government. I am committed of that continue the project.
Yeah.
Because you are giving sika to her. So the commitment was there. Now, the difference was any. I buy now what buy ya or Sisiano, Obedriano. One twice view. And a Sicano so at the Honon so. Yen nim near or the Aquaco. Nemo Omampani minim briefing kra ye omode ma no. A otimi pie na no ka se na na Kokofu ado aban a moa oman no ye titi go tem na ye kwaji sika say ye dey be control flooding ne ade a $350 million na oma bedi just aban na bedi sika wabra wa nso ye ma friend handing over notes ewo black and white say $218 million is available for that particular project
no
na ye wo anamoja ato ho impempi no ebi anamo hwehwem se bia mfumso bi wo mu a which I don't have a problem but we hwehwem no ensese esi dwumadie na no kwan na kofa yo ne kese te se de abai a beto ye eti otwene mu tan one na ban have to be blamed. It took World Bank for say omo babontin abeka say hold on sikane da $218 million ye hu said da na emo ye mo maban finance
release
ana mo release ye na mo twetwe mo na ase ana project no nkoso asema da ho no
yeah
sa sem we ye nto sebe knowledge ya wabo
inti doc say netie say dia wo ken say sa netie aban bi ababe hu because maybe now we are forgetting in 2013
yeah
His Excellency John Dramani Mahama okate sword to fix Accra drainage.
Yeah.
As far back as Professor Mills' time, Omukoje $798 million for drainage and also for railway, Western Railways.
Yes.
Fofia Antwata, President Nekoye, Amanescano for this first John Mahama to do. It was not done. Rather, in 2015, they said their wedding kind. You told us no. At Redentam Kessia ye who be da a Janin Sio essay. Ewa abra 2013 ya kate sword. Say ye they can fix our problem we. Yet now hoyen sheha. Emma oye nese beton over 100 and something people and a shere omonkwa.
Sure.
Ebeya de beto. Fast forward. Doc. Another government yaba. MPP. We're making sure say we secure 350 million for the same thing now. What cat is sought for the first time now went to me and yeah no nipa fast who ye no na oba bemu na enye se scanning ni ho scanner da ho na we yem hwe ha ama nipa wu na instead of admitting say no kra na scan we da ho se sanke de say yamfa nye ama nipa ko wu. Now, rather, we the opposition now, your country says, na say, Dr. Kokofu, Cecilia Dapa, as en so President Nanado, Mutna si hu yes, mo person, mo bua Ghana, my na mo jenkwa. Na mo kwa diska beto. Na mo ma yusu kakra dia ye juma. Next Canada ho, na aban bia yan she say, on person the sick spending. Aba say you say the on release. Na enuhunti ene enipa more than and from where we are going, people are still looking for their family members as we speak now. Doc, as we speak, and Crawfordy and as also show mu nuanom ne wo mo yere ne mo ayi ayira. Na ade na beto ho a mo si ye metre mu say efi na manaba yensi got ayi ade ne de ye mfa anya. Doc, that case we no minim high we shouldn't. It is not even doing politics. This is you using facts to educate Ghanaians to say some president and Kokofu na ba yo mo beka kire mo say omo pemasem na omo bebo Ghana kra ho ban no. This is what they have done. Say siken ni ho the what they made every Ghanaian believe in and say mo meka mo because you are part of the government that passed. What the Ghana siken na Ghana institution siken na mo wie ni na na meboa. And then Yankupon de Kania to Moses said, there be South Kokofu is Lada Panama and this Kebiao. The 218 million did the wire, say, young Fandia crown. Yet the Atinaho, Abana Daho, Pramaya Kenipa, Amanabedane said the problem am I. Then the glorious Holy Party. Mambo tie. Ebert now said we shouldn't make this politics. Intino say no. If we cannot do politics with this, what can we do politics with? Honorable, I am me, yeah, because I don't get it. Me like I don't know. Ode kasa. Yo, but mami baby no.
Water is life.
Water is life.
Again, I share in your frustration, but you are still addressing the wrong person. If you say, me ba no tonight, then five BBNC, Anna cross check, and no me o peace effort, Makasa or okay effort, Makasa or Adum and none of pay. Kumasi so the Makasa war, I think hello, Utek. I don't mince words.
Good.
And fortunately or unfortunately, ministry honey project, I wasn't part of the implementers. But that me nim ho marching. Nemum it's sign baby and I'm here you my EPA. The BPA a tremor fire environment na me go adaje the many DH.
Sir.
And I have the facts and the figures.
Sir.
In fact, sa debate na me koye no sa bread. Now almost for water and sanitation ministry amoma beginem aye debate. So they called on me.
Yes.
And I did make a call. 80 facts and figures in me dig we abontain. Eni me maso ye ni baby am ye adwuma. But because say ehu hia minti me woni nyina. Ana mato me bo ache situation na se. Enti se obi say ya botai obi say me emfa politics name me we count me out.
That's it. That's it.
Count me out because me nhunu de enti a ono o mampani wo shaase de ye politics. Na obo ye mampani ni sa bre no tiriso. Na ene se abuabo no a na ye be ka asem foforo. No. No, the answer is no. Yeah. And you see, any time now will be time will be. The facts available.
Any other casa.
That's it. What's my problem? Because you see, I'm penny ampa, you could hear me. Scanning me. Yeah, be a Juma, Kakra, Media, yes, Juma, and it be a war how. Who quite over you? Sebia Bibia to see how do you me? I can once. Now the I can't down. Kasepane down. Wonfa wonsan kan na wonfa nya adwuma. Uma wiase nyina hu se me ana ban ma family a eno de ente sa. Sa se mu ye kire mu a se obi anka boni o.
Eno anu no.
Kire we ma nya politics. So, me no ya adwene I agree. But just say me na meti anya yi my circumstances of a victim of circumstances. And bibia ebeso ebe.
Mate, yo, ebio, toilet issue, no. Me ankasa me ye program bi waha as at toilet open defecation near the no.
Yes.
Me Al Jazeera 4 years study bi. As at that time no na enipa na Ghana mining now omo access to a good place to ease themselves was less than 11%. From independent you up to the time we are in. So program now ubo din say must start years musisi toilet no. Ebeboa yema enipa na omu osabe omu jo omu 9 basa e reduce by 26%. As at 2022. E reduce here. Meaning say yes, we no metumi support to the outcome and say ampa ye hunhun sunsanso because enam say musisi those toilets ninti no ebema wo mu a e bia nko begina pete mu eja ne nan ne ade no eso ba ba ye den ebete ye eno ye no pray. Now my issue would be with this two things. Building structures, right?
Yeah.
Building and business structures, and then also this whole drainage issue. Yeah, Elkoswe. Honorable me, kakra minim say. Drainage, a housing for a drainage, yeah, a housing for a year. I got near the 1 year. Now, a ban sign NDC for to me kato years so say $43 million. Me, I got a privilege to listen to Honorable Cecilia Abnadapa, our parliament. Or answer to Auditor General report here by now omode churches have 43 million. Original parliament no NDC for enye bibia amfa say we this can be an answer why bibi or the clear on the side. Later on, I got also briefing say Sana it was between 3 different ministries and yet just one ministry per any this jumano. Eba ne saying ye to me tina homa ye ma sa narrative in stake here say yeah, the $43 million be ama Cecilia da pass on fan koti odom. Ema no omo ekodi. Ema no so be ya ade a enne ni na akra no kra na be da di say ente sa no. NDC for that so the nam programs are say kika say Cecilia da pa ene yimo akamo de sa $43 million koti odom mu a e bia nke su yire ba yi ama. No kra be na wo sa ade ni mu. What can you tell us about that
Almost said if we are Sinakasa, we try control myself for a what about new man a buyer almost ora.
I ora, ampa ora.
A new man a buyer no so more resetting.
But I
Oman as more cases are who do our him.
But I
Auntie, I could say, question woman as you beside.
Andra mi bisawa ha. Andra mi bisa say omora rather than the anti Cecilia da pa 43 million because cases somebody are coding in announcement say almost Cecilia da pa dey na so why are they still using that? I mean,
that's the point. That's the point. And you know, going forward, you know,
yes,
na yet to 3 abani we. Na ye mu bi na ebenya to me say jina party na name no e kasa yie no.
Yeah.
You address all these issues. You see, the truth in this one thing speaking with authority. And one thing who kasa I will be able to walk. So eti momo modern na munyina mo foma no ntumbi. Na me meye Asante regional chairman.
Yate.
Na me kasa with authority. Se mi biema no na me kasa. Na nipa nhunu nokra ni kontompo a ewo mu so se ya anye ne saape ye betratra ho ama dia etwa akoda da ni nyina akra wo masa akonya na ba na asan ba be ye tse asamfoforo kra eno na sese ye yere ye ho ye di sa adwuma won say me wo document bi o me ha
okay
page 209 of 2024 manifesto. So,
MBB manifesto
2024. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
yo.
Paragraph we or say the Community Water and Sanitation Agency, which largely runs rural water supply, has also initiated reforms to sustain the water, sanitation, and hygiene. That is WASH. The transformations implemented so far includes the reconstruction of the water infrastructure in 190 communities.
190
communities to improve water delivery. I'll say the CWSA runs over 40,000 boreholes and 1,022 small town water systems. The NPP administration has also opened the rural subsector to private sector investments as small water enterprises. And there are currently about 4 such enterprises operating over 100 small and micro water systems in the country. The next NPP administration, under a Bawumia presidency, will ensure that the objective of economic growth, industrialization, and urbanization will be achieved without compromising our nation's water resources and freshwater ecosystems. We will undertake the necessary structural reforms aimed at revolutionizing the management and delivery of water services across Ghana on the principles of the closed-loop circular economy that emphasizes the 3 R's: recycling, reuse, and recovery, to instill efficiency, achievement, effectiveness, and economic viability within the sector. Enti, we nyina ye nneɛma a good materials for us ɛsɛ sɛ yɛboa ano na yɛde kɔ akɔn no. Mame ma security bi me ɛnsɛ ka meka but mame nka. And sɛ mo te sɛ Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ahyehyɛ sectors, areas, committees.
Yeah.
Me meka water and sanitation subcommittee committee no meka ho bi. Ana me san ka environmental protection and regulation committee, and some 2 committees.
Okay.
Each of the committees, the subcommittees are heading. But because I'm not in leadership of any of the committees, Intina Mintimin Kasa on behalf of the committee. Into the American my own personal knowledge and understanding. But going forward, by the time our committee and our committees in ways, we are factoring in the working out frustrations. Ban saying, and the Yantinian we, Yantinian we, Nayamu we would do, and Nina we are factoring there. And our committees in the bed leading on the public discourse. Say any amount will be deal with a honey idea, a bet near Jim from Sobia Tumu, na fe yachre, Quampa, and that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia presidency. You bet me I never improve the lives of the people. Nina will come to fore. And Untina, do baby, and I'm hesitant in Accra because we need a mandate to speak for and on behalf of any of the committees. But because I'm a professional, I am a profession. Now, my that public space in it. And now I'm giving out certain information and knowledge. In due course, may my country committee members and say spokespersons for the committees, and I see a be for the social media special. The mayor committees, we say, if they be for social media networking. I just say matters to say the it will come strongly on the fore. Now, you're making sure, say, between the home come now. You're breaking it down. I'm will be the artias, senior, etc.
All right. Another technical one. Now, politics, Kakrebni, Apoakabe, 35 minutes now, but the next question has to be with the patronal EPA.
Yes.
A preppy na no mokase na yama enkrofo kwan mo could see adan waterways binuma ko block gutters binuma ko block yi EPA sa neama no efa mo ho sa eyi se obi ekosi se obi kosi dan a ohia EPA for permit na criteria by na mugina so they declare a place be say place near safe to build on. And a criteria by na mokasa had a higher water prone area and as a higher baby a gas line be nama and as a baby na to mean see a you. What do you people go through? What are the processes? Is it an EPA issue and I say just a different thing? We get blaming your agency for it. If you can educate us a bit on that. Doc, go to Mengan. All right, Doc. Now me can say, can so no. Hello, Divine. Can so no. It be depending on Sankro for ACC dying or waterways, and for air building businesses, and for air blocking waterways, gutters near the idea, and for choky near the idea. Now, in terms of the building of things, no, me besides the EPA, mu road bi wom say obi e beje permit e ko si dan na factory a EPA mu road bi a mu play and I say ye twa na ye twa ntro to mo so say mo so mo kan wo mo a e man krofo kwan na o mo ko si dan and businesses for baby a ense san ko mu sisi no obetuma ma ye education kakra wo wa
yes BBBF environment ho a day or how baby EPA cannot escape blame. I know there I must confess. But the point is, uto bo na wa hwehwem na wa hu said it.
Okay.
Ye wo omemu ana ye wo ya hyemra bebre. Enti dwumadie bia ne adwuma adwuma a sa mra no ehye ne nsem. Se ofa mia yesisi adan ne bibia sa mra no
edu baby de no do kwa na e freeze.
Look at this. What's the matter?
Do sci-fi ni bio, sci-fi explanation ni bio.
Na make sure say. Dwumadie bia ye di bia. Okay, your natural environment and your built environment.
Okay.
Ni nyina fa environment. Enti EPA will track on with ni nyina.
Okay.
The natural environment in your forest reserves, nsuwa, astronom ne niema. Built environment the working infrastructure
business
yes businesses go to kuayo nomne abinina follow under built environment and today be antawantawa wo natural environment ne built environment and management regulations na resolve santawantawa and where management regulations be failing no na yehu ne yehu
no
enti bibia ebeto chima wa environment ni bia we EPA free man enye principle however nanso amamra etre se nyuma ahodo bebre a oman nyuma kuo deda no eye won anamra ma won tumi so me ufa bibi se nsuansu a ye ka ho asemi Oman Jumaku a wotumi na ne dia a friend of Water Resources Commission. But Sisia Mansu and Sua be won't teach a man and won't say you ever EPA din Sisia. But a brano and it to me no Water Resource Commission.
Try answer, me patro meba. Emrano ewo Water Resource Committee.
Commission.
Water and Resource Commission.
Water Resources Commission.
Water Resources Commission.
WRC, yeah.
WRC. Water Resource Commission. Me pato Water Resource Commission no e ministry be ase.
Sene water and sanitation ministry no. Nti o ma se.
Okay. Water and sanitation ne de e be share water and sanitation for ase.
You see our opinion is where you call local government. You never say local government.
That's a distinction I wanted you to make. In the first, the designated ministry for Sankrofu we Juma. Say more dear, Juma down there in a Musune Modadrin in ISRD. And Mr. Experienced driver, Mahama. So it's about me, you meet now on the experience. And also no experience in Nyanse Kuran and nature say as a
resetter.
Resetter. Oh yeah, Debbie, sorry, interview. Sorry, honorable Patron Kamayati for Soka Fachemi. Okay, intino no ne de no or the akose local government.
Sana as a church.
Inti sa committee ya ubo mudin yanka tu.
Anya committee, a commissioner or
Yes, sorry. Sa commission here said to me we show Monsano. First no mo anka so mo anka ministry, papa standing ministry no mo ye adwuma no. And then the Omako can local government.
That is how it appears to be.
Okay, me pacho to aso.
Enti
I hope some move follow it here for Mesramo communicators no. Chairman Kokofu na we ye ne kasa no Mesramo. the all man in na me try me book ni na ma yeah wow ochira me be jina na say me the program e ma na nya wo ya cause me taking note no me nhwe keke doc koso
enti adansi asema wo kan saa tumi ni nyina amamra no de ma local government authority nti our local government act
authority okay
enti se eye metropolitan eye won ana tumi no wo the bia no ye assembly district assembly tumi no wo
assembly no
na emom omudi omudwuma aye saa ne ma na omu onwumaku ahodo a omuto nsafre wo ebi ni EPA ebi ni we enti obi na wanya ne fufuo ana wa ye ne nkwan na osebra na be what no wadi bi senso betena ho no nyawo na akọkire no se ne onye
dia onye nyawo na akọkire no
that is where the problem is na eno no saa hihye ni nyina na a weekend EPA itu hwe ewiase amama nyina tumi a omu EPA wo na hwe wo mmra na now they compare Ghana there na just say you da form
that's a EPA the end there you are just there but you don't really have powers
exactly
but ya hand there EPA for no mo kro mo powers omo di ye adwuma Canada ha say omo ye obi aposuro omo kra EPA for no business bi asuro omo real estate for suro omo all the big corporate obi am pay EPA asem
transport near adinga
transport yes omo pay EPA asem promo asem
yeah aviation obia
bibia yes
enti ye share well standards na act 490 of 1994 in fact that time I may call office na mrana the 50 years act 490 1994 enti ni operational document na de ye adwuma no ediginal so e ma na ye adwuma LI 1652 that's environmental assessment regulations of 1999. Enti na che se entimi nye adwuma ma nyina wo na so EPA se de ye pe no. Enti ye hwe wiase afa na nyina standards. Best practices. So in a nutshell the decision was taken say ye mra no fofo. Enti ye shase ye mra no fofo. Na enye ade a na obetimi de nansa na na aye. Enti ye pray call by you share Rwanda for there, if you Kenya for there, Africa settings, if you US, if you other develop. In fact, Norway the United because now you comprehensive law, and yes, actor, a ban encompass all levels of environment. Into part 5 of the law, you're dedicating my climate change issues, including carbon market and all those things. Enti ana mane koba say sadia new law your friend act 1124 EP act 1124 of 2025 samra no na Dankwa Akufo-Addo sign 5th January 2025
January 2025
the last law science and no 2 days no fraud. Enti yewura mahama ne NDC ajapade a Nana Akufo-Addo di ja Ghana no sa law yi ka ho bi enti sa law yi e ma EPA free agency be authority na ma EPA the powers to arrest and to prosecute enti EPA betimi a kire na betimi do agina mra ni na no akọ because of the fiat of the Attorney General. That is how powerful EPA is now. Enti the awoka ye dan isisi no nsu me EPA boss are simple. Say ebehu se Felix asi ne dan wo nsu mu na nkwan no. Ye nka na hwe. Eno an say ye be frɛ no abusa na papers. Na ya kire no a criminal offense environment and afi ya criminalize environmental offenses.
Nice.
What you say? Ya criminalize and International Court of Justice our jurisdiction over environmental crimes. But the deforestation, we can hear, wood, zagalam, saying, they are all criminal. Yes, environmental crime. And say, Felix has seen it down with na a block space, ensure crime, na it's yamra environmental offense. EPA chile Felix. Na district Krona, you may dear no, na ya a district no. Na office Accra or sign permit no. Na ya chile no. Or the woman in a court. When you be EPA actually district no. Assembly no.
But to
Assembly no ye corporate entity. A living persona, legal persona. Until it can sue and can be sued.
And also be sued.
Yes.
Yeah.
But EPA can sue the assembly. The whole Ghana, EPA pay that law or what oversight responsibility over everything an impact on the environment. And the EPA can arrest you. Now would you mediana wedina until yachre wono. Yakoshe baby kura udi se adwuma.
Sir.
Enti district ben na omu ye ama udi se adwuma. Na adwuma kuo ben na ma wo sa krata. Se wa ma wo krata mpo a aso wo ye no wa hu. I hope you're getting me.
I'm getting you, pa. More questions class time this out.
The idea you can I mean, Chade, ya from here. Akase, we Ebenya Kukudru no dem rather be
Juma.
And it can any day, Ubo EP soboa. Of course, now Timmy Bonus sobo, Nemum, we are Kumwa, not running in the home.
To me.
Need to me. And a BBA be answer, you under the law. If you say, Koye BB and your friend ultra bias, that's acting outside the law. Court to be able to find you guilty. But yetimia ye amamrana be DP ho. It will ye near maybe a baby you are within the law. The environmental regulations and management has been fortified by that new law.
Okay. Intina proud to this no. Ghana EP anam no until say day Dr. Henry Kokofu ko no na mo wo sesomonka
sa pepepe nti de na mi ya na yetimi ye kakra nam na ayanimia. In fact to the bia wutimi,
because I was going to ask you, how were you able to effect some of the changes out here if you didn't really have those powers to say they are okay now feel and how did you get the strong enforcement backing? Because all these things has to be strongly enforced for the implementation to be viable. So how were you able to do it?
And no na do how apply fee nyansa.
Okay.
I can school the kakra with them no.
Sir.
And then you provide leadership. And nipa na odi o manim ni nipa na ono mo ye adwuma say omo confidence e wo no mo nim say the ye ana directions now the ban eno na ya. You see, your indigenous knowledge about environmental protection and the natural resources. Your tete amamre ni amanie wo ho a ye nananom no mudidi dwuma. You see nsuo we de abna ye nkomu bnada.
Sir.
Nsuo we ye nwumunam atifi ha ye nwumunam gisa na afo. Kwaye we ye nkom kwaye brentuo kom kwasiada.
See,
they had all those things. And se wokwati wenum nyina now so the book mu na abehwe na book mu na abehwe you may get it wrong. Okay. The neman bebre o we able to do so see even though they said any strict legal backing
yeah.
who apply common sense and knowledge. Now for instance to say Galam say those days uko inspection na obi galamsey wɔ nsuo mu a na woyɛ EPA deɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ a ne sɛ maramfo wontumi mmara no mma kwan sɛ wobɛyɛ galamsey wɔ nsuo mu in fact 100 meters buffer ntutumi mba nsu da deɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ a no nti bi a ɛhɔ naa no na wastɔpo no ama no agyae na ano no bɛda wiram hɔ
wobɛkɔ fie
and you know why a wokan a ɔbɛgye pene na akɔ na aba na wasan aba wonim ade korɔ because permit na asase na yɛde ama no so to gold no wo nya hɔ ne free
Debbie
lease na ɔde to gold if the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources and the Minerals Commission the ama no to EPA no wo have say but say see am no kasa edi me EPA na me ba na wo to gold wo nsuo mu ne ade a me nkasa twon ho kɔbio me kyerɛw na ma akɔkyere Minerals Commission na ma akɔkyere District Assembly no Mona my ha na asmes
and mama to me yes beautiful Inti Samra way ni na Samra way now was there. About way by have you heard them implement any of those things that you left behind at the EPA? Have you seen them enforcing any of the gains Samumeki at the EPA? Oba like Oba fee.
What do you mean?
There be work article Accra.
What's it about way by why day?
One will say any amount implementation policies near the idea by and then how our office need to me forceful in getting all these things. No, have they used it? Have they implemented or enforced it to be? And as I still are on my job to us, okay, and Mirano already but we are not using it.
I don't come over certain home. Near here woman in here woman. I said, near here woman says who we in crop where the nobody for Froba about so my Nina. We saw her now, Wimra. Oh, my near here home. Now, betting tax is near here woman to my year free home. Say you live in Sunny here home, no my year free home. Anna, Nano, Yakobo.
Oh, that's it. Honorable network.
Oh, network you had in there.
Ababak.
And just saw me upon her.
I. After this question, number one pema on one.
Yeah, Kobo, you were happy. Now, in here, my home says so more MPs, no 2 strokes. No more than for 4. Now, if you couldn't hear me. My peninsula or no one crop when you to go do.
Aye.
No one crop when you to go do.
Aye.
Yes. The IBB or. And I need here home in here pass. Pursue me, BBC, I know what some are casual me in crop wedding.
That's right.
Now in here, my home is a cook, we are forcing can yadu
umbitia.
But se pass be implemented the new EP Act
and come because they are complicit of the crimes.
I could run in here.
I mean, I could run into me because I'm born in Omoka home, and that's all born in Omoka no more.
That's the point.
Because presidents all man or Omoyagalam say no. Presidents so man or say in the United States, how can they enforce what they are making money from? They can't.
Until that you see so many are doing more than about 80% over politicians interference. Until a poor planning officer engineer be out to district now as I say rezoning the place instructions about until I saw recommended for rezoning.
Yeah.
Be a team. Or didn't watch any permanent faces here as some into a compromise on the professional.
All right. Honorable question final be a person be sour. No, to me now the closing statement so I can me come. Is the elephant in the room? Say I can say. I 2 parts. Minim say, but also menka.
Papa.
Minim say waka say on your party leader, but o your party penning. Sabe Ghana umpo say ade to me answer on say to me che on so. Obo edin Kokofu a. Obo kwabena Kokofu a. It comes with authority in MPP. You cannot sit there and deny that. It commands respect. It commands authority. It commands when the name Kokofu is mentioned. So this goes to you. And the likes, the more company for I want to know, are you people really hungry for power for Dr. Bawumia? And the reason I'm saying this is, why is it any political fortune be amubenya to capitalize on the Biano? The party and its communications apparatus is not able to deliver that. Once they say what they are told so say obeko radio to one maybe so o party no may release one communique in regards to this flooding o party one communique say press conference about acknowledge say I'm not talking about Dr. Bawumia. I'm talking about your party, NPP party, no party nankasa. May release this statement back okra.
And can say your party nankabeye because who come.
Okay, your party no. Your party no. Your party no. And then your party aim to me and release this statement to date.
And another one. Canada more branch chairman or to me US or branch chairman or to me but other branches in England.
Yeah.
But me say sa communicate okay with me release it from any of those places by any of those people. It be the necessary traction. In fact, to make me a statement. So I gave a caveat.
Oh, yes.
Me a member of 2 committees. Dr. Bawumia said. But me head or any of them. In Kenya, Kamika say can attribute to most 2 committees in deliberations. But me say make us and I'm active. Make me just to me
free yeah.
To me to issue a communique or anything on national issue on the my friends say letterhead of New Patriotic Party national headquarters. When you what's that to me?
Yeah.
Me and direct this question to them.
And for mom.
Yes. I'll bring a sample of communication instructions I issue from the office of the General Secretary. That signature was here. Fellas, what being said here, you can't have access to that document.
Because they say
me access to that document. Me just a letterhead now. Say me person me true be.
Anka wo de be trust and there be me no ni sa we access no. I did General Secretary no correct. I did General Secretary.
And once again, let us redirect the question or direct the question to the appropriate context.
Mate, now the second part of the has to do with how our NDC has managed to right now. So actually, when I'm saying Captain Smart no more baby, say omombe divert attention. Say sikebia mwedie now no crowd was so person or cheer go for adutum. Now na I say Abranti and minim de ha na adwene because me na minim say Article 34 de civilians ayato abade ayom na minim sa but eno no de radio so any TV so catch Ghana for say owotumi a and then say president free so yin to mention na anka wakochi na nado ati Bawumia ati Sisiladapa ati Patrick Boama because na ese so omo ye eno manye ene wo so ba ye niama kra so far eniama ma list the amobe ye with says kakra na mo mutumi spend ye no it's over 20 things na my over 20 different I mean like line ebio sikano fana sikane kese na ne wa me yan kra say me kwa nam do say 200 million 280 million no edaho. Why are we still allowing? Why is it say Ghanaians are still believing say more MP before and amaye? Bra World Bank report say MDC4 are not releasing the money needed to the sales, needed to do all these things. Almost Canada on my yen how many pay uno. Almost see like almost photo na yen. Ye kodi scanner na ye jumano. And the Yamasa Dienaba. Why are we allowing that to stick? What do we do next? What is supposed to be the MPP approach to kill that? Because once you become a chairman, these are questions that you would have to be facing, and people will be asking you, what is the approach? What can we do to kill that? Because Mentia says will be at this amount. The Odis can at the starting year Juma. Who beton yeno? Where church a contract in the name? But yes, they are no enter contracts. They are not paying soon. So you young crofo say young. They are not paying so young who be say they are not paying so and answer even Dr. Baomi or Tini baby at me and then crofo commemorate like personally any of my aye and no more papa na the this kind of two say on person not by best say Mbono is rather the hero. What do we do to kill that? Like, what is the way forward? What is your solution to that?
The solution is already underway. Meaning, so I monitor Parliament. Nansenya. Honorable Kojo Ponkroma address the issue. Honorable Auku, Samia Uku.
Yeah.
It's on record. So I address the issue. ABA, the National Party, Anna, Akasu between Anamo and Asa about it. And now say individuals are directly involved. And if they have a way of coming out openly. On my part, I am doing near metimi kakra in discourse I'm in a way.
Yeah.
My culture say I will be fully on board now, fully in so may more effective. Namikuta authority.
Yeah.
Nunti akaka krebi August, Bosumi away. Near Quacotum Swaba as a Santa Regional Chairman. Depending on no Cobin Crum, no Pie not delegates no Tuaba Mammy as the next Santa Regional Chairman. And I will offer solutions to most of these. There are communication problems. May about information there's no problem. I have it. A lot of people have the information. But how to communicate? Impo Ubi kasa ma di achi nansu ubi antere. Onyamin chade. Wa no me suku humanko or the fie nyansa aka me ho. Which I am proud of. I know the me Kenya ho. If you say emakwa e ya doma chede ya fa free sura no mo a onsanka. Enti semen sa kan die. Isi se me kanam di nyame aye. Now, I will put all those things at the disposal of New Patriotic Party. Me come every asante memu na Ghana afana be bia de bia durabichi. Na 77 prayer as anya komhunu keke. Be kansem no akyirem se nea esefata na ni party ase. Na enam so nipa be hunu NDC on kontompo no on damra masem. Enam so ebema nipa Ghana for ebeji Kokofu ne legacies a odija oman no adi na abedadi na nado dan Kokofu ado aban ne pa oye ye de boa oman no ebeba abedadi. For me it is nothing but to make sure that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia becomes the next president. For me it is about parliamentary candidates you be filled the one be winning seats in their mind. Apart from that, me here review me here New Patriotic Party Asante Regional position as chairman na me de akoye adwuma akopɛ sika no nhia na me de akopɛ din e bia madui me ni din dia na no ano ana me nhia na me de abɛya konkosɛm abɛpam apakan se nipa nso ame na chairman me na meba nhia se betu sa na mo nkuta hodi a yedi nkasa ho ye be kyerɛ nsɛm ye abobɔ apɔ ye be sane de na wura awo ye be kyekyere ne wura de na bamabuo ye be kanya no na mpo de na ade afira to no ya fadiaman ni ya prin kunimdie ya prin kabomu so ni na wa ho brasem ene ne diem na minim so nyankopɔ meka ye ho
That's it. Honorable, I'm so grateful. I've learned a lot. Me 2 pages. Now I am full with information. It's always a blessing to tap from your pot, and I hope, say, as time goes on, we will be able to schedule another time for us to have a proper sit down with the Endran and but honorable media, I'll still keep hammering where baby hear me. Our party communication is not doing us no good. It's not doing us any good.
When him fellas, ya pon na unim. Me wa hoto so.
Okay.
Me wo we are ya bo we mame a friend said. And that's all homo dia. That the lumba.
That the lumba.
Ya bo na fe jam kwan.
Martin.
My hoto so ne say. Somebody a friend of fellas appear. You know who see or say ye man me communicator and our communication director Canada. Who can say ya de ketwa?
Baby o.
Nensaka wonim de obetimi aye. Obeboa me revolutionize your communication setup.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Me da se pa, me da so honorable. And it so mo biara na me hwehwa ma we. Yes, me boy aba. Abantino, for Yabeda Honorable Chairman Henry Kokofu Ase, Sir and Neso, Yenya friend, no. Wendy and Hambo, na or day or CIO, yo, no de or do Abebo Dum. Yabesre say, Mammo Asante Memu, ya papa, Adanin and ni Eddie Abasante. Isan say, Bibrina Neka say, ye MPP your fortune such as Santimemu. Yenya correct people to lead Ashanti na ebeboa. Nti mo mutie ne campaign na mo hwe no ebre no so a na makai Dr. Henry Kwabena Kokofu. Doc mebo onyom na ma na afi ye de medie no abewie. All right. Kamote. Correct one.
You come in here to the for say I did a bunch of boats me baby. Oh. Beautiful baby. You come in here to the for I did a bunch of boats me baby. Beautiful baby.
Oh. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye, Doc. Bye-bye, Doc. I'm in South. I'm in South. All right. I'm able to hear that. All right. Now the DJ Flex, DJ Slim. And that's what home will be Dr. Henry Kwabena Kokofu ya dase say Oje Brenna one ya better same. The things, thank you so much. It is possible. The things I bet there diwaha abe confirm on komobi amedin kane mudi na onyankopon enam kwampa so edi tumi share MPP nsa. Unfortunately for mpenifuo na edi MPP enimu no ebinom nye ready for power until you don't know how to capitalize on things like this. I thought the yana me boom any dia 2022 ebra Ghana ye ba to our knee. Said dollar say ya na NDC for cedi say ya na NDC for any aje. Or ye NDC niya or ye business. Nanso sika na say ya na ye ne de. They did politics with everything. They did politics with every single thing. Onyame beye MPP adomokra mo de ene de enye politics na mu you. Mukra fact and figures. And sanka man bia mekasa nanka omaka to Ghana for 3 say sika 350 million na yekodi ye yebedi yedi oma bedi oma fanya twe meboa. That is the communication. Where is Richard Ahiagba and your team? Mama Jennifer Queen, where are you guys? It is not always about sounding politically correct and looking nice in camera. Mommy. Lady Jennifer Queen, Kaibra na wunam koko duase 2014, 2013. Na wuya campaign. As we know the same energy na the campaign. Yenumu bini yebeka. Na samuba mama kuma na etimu muno ejai primi na eprimu no. Na mahunse mu yedi penti anya denya mu be kwachema. Na esese yenya ye tie chira ye chama na montu amutu na ese correct mo until you guys come to that realization. Na man take bibia say e attack. Enya bibia na ya attack. And even if it is an attack, it is a game we are in. Obo soccer, your more defense and edu baby are attacking. So even if the comments we are making sounds like an attack, see the good in that comment. And can you be threatened ho? And no so NDC for now one musikada ho no ma yanshe ha atu first and say on spend this car. Any penwu Sika ya de pepa sabi away ya de se wura on yusu de de se gota onye what wo keep na any penwu. What is more political fortune than this? Yet now mo be ka kire say ye kodi 350 million yedi and now me no ka se Cynthia e da so da NDC for no pay politician and pundits na no say Sicilia da panum and at an Kokofu aban ekodi $350 million wedi. Me can almost report ne bayi World Bank report say since the 350 no emu 280 million da me pato. Yes, shade. Me calculator no. kakus brantem. Yeah, pon no, and na phobia, which na mebentin and I mean ye we call in. I just want to get this across. 350 million minus 218. Okay. Inti 350 million na MPP for koje no. Ebi ene yede ye enwuma na honorable chairman Kokofu ba ye. Obekika kan hama ye no. As a matter of fact, some of the ministry didn't even have a backing, an act that backs them. Ye way ni na. Yes, see toilet. Ochina me bana me bo mebo sa you commercial and there be news item one. NDC for stronghold say if you ni bini aya ne nchan eku omunti omu hia toilet. Na ya how many toilets ya na nado aban esi the board the local assemblies ne say ebe ma ni die say ahotew ebe costo e wo that place wo. Ono spending 132. Na nado no kwaji scan ba ye no or spending 132 at the year niama bebre. $218 million da ho. Ye be ye ko man this if we be ye agu ya so say 218 million na da ho no enyo mo for just say I don't get what we are doing in this MPP party no more when it comes to this communication thing. Mentia say and I will my respond and I will can be monto mo buansa and I'm on kasa and I'm hold on to for what? Just a mono more NDC for Kokofu amoni omo ye fine meboa enti sa assembly tia omo be come won ti my yanka wasem omo pom asem ne de mo be tu yen social media for ni na mo nkogu omo so the amoni omo ye good rapport ne de assemble omo akati de amayenka meboa mo brebeso. The whole NPP communication apparatus. Mo brebeso. Why? Inti mon kama nuntum na omon kwasu ndi atronfan to MPP for so sa. The okodi is kan ba ye na esese ye dis kan bonipa ho bra, bonipa ho ban no. Watene scan so say on first kan bonipa ho ban enipa nwu. Yatsna ma say nipa na esen aka kire say yenya kodi scale be di wo bra ye nim say per record what there was this document I was going to read, but I will use that as part of my submission for tomorrow. Garrett project, no. Enipe wo na yem face kan kwaya de no. Wo mu tusu say omo be divert de akoya de foforo. And the see here. I'll get into it tomorrow when I sit down. But MPP communication apparatus, you are failing the party. As it stands, the party as a machine hasn't released a single statement on behalf of the party. Not a single statement on behalf of the party. Yankoso, na yamabro, thinking say it is all good. God factor, I was expecting you to come a long time. I didn't see you here. Right now, chairman is done. I'm also done. We are almost 3 hours into it. Ochana metenase. So Ochana metenase, we can actually tomorrow you can actually be my co-host if you want, and then we can go through the document and stuff that I have, and then you can give us your perspective on the Garrett project and other stuff that you were trying to educate us on. I was calling you from beginning. Yeah, but I was calling you, chairman. I God factor. Ask anyone here. I was actually calling you, a God factor and whatnot, but it seems that maybe your attention was a bit divided in here. For expertise better now into me na more YouTube no. These days mobile I'm on like page na answer na master theatre why na emwa ebanesa emwa attraction nenko so nti nyame ya adomo a we will talk about it ochina so with other panelists on board. Thank you so much for joining me. Nyame ya adoma ebese ehia ochina. Bye bye.